Weaknesses. We all have them. Our kryptonite, if you will. Have you ever stopped to consider, what is your area of weakness? This exercise does not have to be held exclusively in preparation for a job interview. Knowing what your greatest weakness is and having a plan to conquer it can be helpful in everyday life as well. Maybe you can't focus in the morning without a shot of espresso. Perhaps you allow stress to get to you, or you're a hothead. There are as many examples as this as there are people on the planet. Regardless of what your weakness is, you can overcome it. Be it something monumental or a mere inconvenience. We can create a plan to mitigate the effects. Sometimes this strategy will play to our strengths, or it can compensate for these weaknesses. Either way, we must act if we want the best results. We all have dreams, ideas, and goals, but we do not all achieve them. So, what is the difference between the dreamers and the achievers? Well, firstly, all achievers were once dreamers too. However, they did not let their weaknesses impede them one bit. They found these weak areas and made a plan to overcome them. And now it's time for you to do this too. Today, we are going to discuss 10 areas of weakness that you should recognize and how they are holding you back from your dreams. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all our fresh content. If you like learning with us and growing your mind, please give us a thumbs up. This small show of support helps us out so much and also allows others to find our content easier when they need it. So go ahead and pay it forward.
Recognize weaknesses in your learning style. If you know what learning techniques do not work for you, you know what activities you need to avoid during study time. If there is no escape from these exercises, supplement them with extra tasks. If merely hearing a lecture is not enough for you to fully understand a concept, then you also need to make sure you seek out visual examples. Discourage yourself from just listening to a tutorial, especially if you know that you will learn better if you watch demonstrations. If you do choose to listen to a lecture or a tutorial on the subject, supplement this by taking notes as you listen. Creating diagrams or concept maps of the information you are given can also help to make sure that you are retaining the material. Taking these extra steps will ensure that you are making up for your weaknesses. Recognize struggles with the subject matter. The most popular misconception in school is that there's such thing as a math person. This, of course, is just an example. Some people may indeed be more inclined to think mathematically or scientifically. Still, no one is just born with an innate ability to excel at these subjects with no effort put in. Anyone can be great at any subject, if you have the interest in it and you put forth the work. In saying this, you will find different topics that you might struggle with more than others. This may be subjects that you have little interest in or have had limited past exposure to. Remember, no one masters an ability overnight. Countless hours of practice and preparation go into expert-level skills. If you want to be amazing at something, you will just have to habituate these talents. There is rarely a shortcut for this. If you are aware that you are weak in a particular area and you want to do well in it, you must be conscious of this and plan accordingly. Be patient with yourself. Construct a plan. Rehearse this ability over and over again until you feel confident in your capability to perform it accurately. Adding a little extra TLC to your study plans and doubling your usual efforts will be beneficial. Budget your time accordingly. If you have a semester when you must take a class that you are especially weak on, you might want to plan the rest of your course load accordingly. Fill your remaining blocks with subjects that you find easy to allow yourself the extra focus for this problematic class. There is no need to overburden yourself purposefully. Sometimes, a well-placed GPA booster can be a godsend. Recognize difficulties in understanding concepts. Even courses that you are confident with can hold especially complicated concepts. Be mindful of these intricate models so that you can plan your study efforts accordingly. Check your syllabus early in the semester to see if you can recognize any units that might be challenging or time-consuming. Getting a handle on the subject matter in advance might lighten some of the struggles later on. A second strategy could see you planning out how you might anticipate the increase in study hours now before you're overwhelmed. However, implementing both of these strategies is probably your best course of action. If you have reached a difficult topic in an otherwise simple course, do not be afraid or overly assured. Add the extra time to your study schedule for that class. Don't wait until you're falling behind or drowning. Confront this issue right now and head on. Plan some extra study sessions or activities for this theory. More likely than not, this topic will be built upon further. Addressing any misunderstandings early on will ensure that you stay on top of the content. When new concepts are introduced that develop upon the original idea, you will be less likely to struggle with these as well. Recognize when you grapple with the professor's teaching styles. Some professors you will just vibe with, and some you won't. This has nothing to do with personality or how much you like them on a personal level. It could be their way of thinking or explaining things is just too different from your own. At times, you will have a difficult time adapting to a particular professor's teaching style. This is okay. If you are honest with yourself and aware of how you plan to compensate for this, you'll be all right. If you have a difficult time with the way a professor lectures, make sure you are coming to class extra prepared. Read the topic in the textbook before you arrive to class. Write out any notes on confusing concepts and put vocabulary into your own words. Make questions about the core premise of this concept before you get there. If you do not know the answer by the end, ask the professor before they proceed on to the next lesson. If there are any questions left unanswered after class, bring them to his attention and ask them aloud. Taking these few extra precautions can make sure that you are not left cluelessly flailing through the classes and hating the entire experience. Recognize what stresses you out. If you know what your stress triggers are, you can make a plan to avoid them. When deadlines push you to the edge, use your syllabus to plan out all the due dates for the semester. This will allow you to budget your time accordingly right from day one. If studying stresses you out, make a plan for creating study guides so you can schedule your time and vary the activities. Visit our website to pick up one of our study planner printables. Use them to create a comprehensive schedule of activities for each of your revision sessions. They are also a great way to prepare for and break up assignments into simple tasks to track completion better. Find the link in the description below. As long as you can identify what it is that stresses you out, you can either avoid it or make a plan to mitigate it. Take this preemptive approach to lessen and avoid stressors. This can help to save you from burnout. Once the pressure is triggered, however, you should seek immediate action to address and de-escalate it. Take the time out for regular self-care. This can also help to relieve stress. Also, walking away from a taxing situation and taking a breather is not selfish. It's necessary. Do not feel guilty for taking time out for you. Sometimes you have to say no and prioritize your own needs when you're overburdened. Recognize what causes you to procrastinate. Procrastination has many faces and even more triggers. You already know that one quick YouTube video can quickly turn into a 3-hour-long binge fest. It's probably best to wait until after you've addressed your obligations to even open the app. This will preemptively save you time and stress. Take care of your obligations first, then procrastinate. It will feel so much better not having the nagging weight of everything you're supposed to be doing pressing down on you. We have a weekly printable planner in our website to help plan out your week. This will ensure that you slot your time to complete all of your obligations while setting aside the time you need to sit inside the nothing box. That link is in the description as well. To address this weakness, first, figure out what kind of procrastinator you are. We have an excellent video for this. Next, make a solid plan on how to avoid procrastinating. Finally, make a contingency plan on how to exit the cycle once you've noticed yourself starting. Recognize what distracts you. Some people study best with music or their favorite TV show playing in the background. Others get distracted at the slightest noise. Knowing what kinds of interferences can pull your focus is essential in setting up your study session. Identify what kind of distractions reduce your concentration the most. Is it people walking around? Or the view of someone watching a movie out of the corner of your eye? Realizing what distractions pull your focus is a critical first step in overcoming them. If you have trouble with auditory distractions, try wearing headphones or earbuds when studying or doing homework in busy areas. You do not have to have anything playing. The noise-canceling properties of these gadgets should muffle the voices enough for them to be indistinguishable. Sometimes this is enough to avoid distraction and turn intrusive talking into white noise. Be vigilant for triggers. Whenever you're picking a location to settle in and get some work done, do a quick survey for distractions or triggers. Is the area too loud? Do they have a TV directly in your line of sight? Are people continuously walking around you or bumping into you? Be alert for these disturbances to push through them before they become a problem. It's not necessary to find a completely silent space devoid of any diversions. While studying in a vacuum could be helpful, it's not always possible. There will be times when you have no choice but to block out noise or distraction. Choosing areas with moderate activity or traffic can help acclimate you to blocking out these interferences. This type of study location can have its own benefits when you're trying to learn how to hunker down and push through the temptation to just give up and socialize. Schedule around your slumps. Sometimes, time itself can be your weakness. Are you a morning person or a night owl? If you notice that you are incredibly productive in the morning, but drag in the evening, do not force yourself to study at night. The same logic applies if you find yourself alert late at night. Plan your homework and study time around when you are most alert and productive. Plan your leisure time and self-care around your slumps. It's often like walking through quicksand to try and motivate yourself to do something against your body's clock. Daylight savings, anyone? If you notice a point in the day when your focus and attention is on point, take advantage. These are the times when your mind is most open to learning and your brain is telling you it's ready. Create a plan to conquer your weakness. Establish primary strategies and backups that can work around or compensate for your weaknesses. There's no shame in having a weak point. Just make sure that you're honest about it and ready to address it. No one is perfect, and being conscious of where you can and want to improve is a terrific first step. Often, simply being aware of areas of weakness is enough to counteract them. When you are cognizant of shortcomings, a plan can be made to compensate. Once you have created a plan, add it to your goals and write it down. Try to not procrastinate for an entire week, or to sit one full study session with no interruptions. Hold yourself accountable for checking in on your progress and reinforce with positive self-talk. Knowing the areas in which you are weak is not meant to diminish your confidence or to make you feel bad. Identifying the areas in which you are vulnerable will help you to bring awareness so that you can improve your efforts or take extra precaution to make up for deficiencies. what is your greatest weakness? Leave it in the comments below so that we can support each other.
Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. If you are so inclined, give us a thumbs up so we know you want more videos like this. Also, check out our website to get exclusive content and study materials. Just click the link in the description. Or, since you're already here, check out our study hacks and our organizational tips playlists to help you stay on top of not only schoolwork, but life as well. Be absolutely prepared, absolutely confident, absolutely stunning, with absolutely studying.